This is the final draft. It's also still a living document, though. District leaders say will continue to be updated over time. Likely the most visible and contentious change to district safety will be the reinstallment of armed police officers from the Denver Police Department coming in next year. This process happened in the aftermath of several shootings on or near school campuses, specifically East High School. A student, Luis Garcia, was shot and killed just off campus back in February. And in March, a student shot 2 deans before later killing himself. Those deans both survived. The final safety plan includes more training for staff and mental health services for students, safety audits at every school building, and letting individual schools and their communities decide if they want weapons detection systems. Also, student searches will be done by trained school staff as before, people the student likely already knows, but now also members of the district's own in-house safety team must be in the room, and in some scenarios they could be armed.
So the only shift is that we'll have someone else in the room who can be responsive, but that front line of support and that person who is a person of trust for that student needs to be there and will continue to be there.
And of course, again, the most contentious, SROs are going to be coming back full time. These are armed Denver police officers, not part of the in-house safety team. The school board made that decision about 2 weeks ago, and they've directed the superintendent to sit down with the police department and settle out the specifics. So we still don't have that. Hasn't happened yet. But Dr. Marrero, the superintendent, said regardless of the timeline for figuring out the SRO plan, school's going to start in the fall with at least the same number and placement of the temporary SROs that they had at the end of this past year. You'll remember they brought some back to high schools. That number was 14, by the way, throughout 13 schools. East had 2 SROs.
Any idea that maybe that number could expand throughout the school year?
Potentially. Again, a lot of this has to still be worked out with the Denver Police Department and also like what capacity they have to help here. So that's a really good question, and I think something that they're still going to figure out.
Okay. Third draft. I still have questions, but we'll figure it out. You're on top of it. Thank you.